Hello, hi, Orange Army. Sanibonani kunina nonke. Welcome to yet another episode of In Conversation here on UJTV. My name is Zatembe M, and I am your host. Very excited for yet another conversation here on the show. Now, in our previous episode, we had an incredible panel, and we're talking all things Uni 101. All the things you need to know to be able to survive university. And I think one of the things that we touched on was the importance of keeping your mental health in check. So how lucky are we that we are studying at a university that understands the importance of mental health, and we have platforms that are available for you to use at your disposal at any time, such as PsyCaD. To get into a deeper conversation around PsyCaD, what is it, all the services they offer, and what it's all about, we are joined by Bongani Stuurman from the APK Center for Psychological Services and Career Development. Bongani, greetings to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm very humbled to be here.
Very excited to have you. I mean, as I did say, mental health is something that is quite important. And that is just one part, actually, of PsyCaD that you guys, are able to help with. And I want us to get into the other, of course, parts of PsyCaD that you guys do have available for students as well. But maybe I want us to start here. You're currently an administrative assistant at PsyCaD. I know you did not just start as an administrative assistant at the center. Let us into that history. When did you join PsyCaD? What were you at the time?
Started in 2022 as an ambassador for PsyCaD, doing events, running workshops, really everything about speaking to students. Getting the word out there about PsyCaD. Did that for 2 years until last year around June when I actually started working there.
As an administrative assistant now.
Yeah, but I'm still an ambassador myself.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I think an ambassador, one of the ways I would love to describe an ambassador is it is somebody who knows whatever brand, whatever institution it is that they represent. And so you're definitely the right person for this conversation that we're having. PsyCaD, we have over 10,000 new students here at the University of Johannesburg who are probably so foreign to that term. Explain to us just generally what PsyCaD is all about.
I mean, PsyCaD has a couple of divisions in it. We have the psychological services, we have career services, we have social work services, and we have the disability unit.
Sure.
So those are all the services that they provide for free to UJ students.
Absolutely love that. And maybe psychological services. I'd love for us to dive into that a bit deeper. What does it entail? Is it therapy? What is it all about for somebody who wants to know?
I mean, they are really, the therapeutic services at PsyCaD are really convenient for students in the sense that they cater for online sessions, calls, they do group therapies, or even one-on-one therapies. And we also have a crisis line.
Sure.
So, people that would have some breakdown around 2 a.m. and need someone to talk to, there's always a hotline available for them. Psychological services are really very flexible, convenient,
Sure. Love that. And I mean, someone is probably thinking, well, if I need psychological services, maybe I'm ill. Those are some of the most frequently asked questions. Does it mean I'm ill? Does it mean I'm not okay if I need PsyCaD, if I need psychological services at that? Would you say that is the case? Is somebody not so well if they need that? I mean, it's one of the myths that I think exists surrounding this issue.
Yeah, I mean, no, it doesn't mean that you think.
Sure.
And also, another thing is the stigma that's around PsyCaD and on campus to students. People always think that PsyCaD is just for people that have problems.
Sure.
But a person that has, a well-grounded mindset and everything can just go there and do regular checkups. It doesn't mean that you have to go there when you have a problem.
Sure.
So, no, it doesn't really mean.
I love that. And I mean, you also did say that you also do provide career services, career development. And now I don't want it to be misinterpreted, someone thinking you just go there and say, hey, can I please have a job? What do the career services actually entail?
Very important that you mention career development because students always come to career services when they're in their final year. Like, now I want a job. I need to fix my CV and everything. When students should actually be starting this from first year. That's the purpose of career development. You do regular check-ins at the career services to make sure that, your employability status is still there. Just to make sure that you are attractive to an employer. So, with career services, we do a lot of company presentations to make it more relevant to students, bring people that are in their industry to talk about day in the life of.
Sure.
We host career fairs. We have some coming up. First one is on the 6th of May, and then the 8th, and then some in August.
Yeah.
And then services that we provide in career counseling would be your interview skills, your CV writing, entrepreneurship, skills development, especially CV writing and cover letter writing. Those are the important.
Always important. I mean, I was chatting to a friend, talking about how the job market in South Africa is not the cutest of them all, you know. So I think it's quite important that you offer such services. But also you mentioned disability services. I love this about the University of Johannesburg. Always from time to time, you see inclusivity being the center of a lot of the services that are provided here. So speak to us about the disability services. Who are they for? What do they entail?
Disability services are not necessarily only for students you can see have a disability, but also students that have difficulty in maybe tests, for example. There's a thing in the disability unit called a concession. That is where students apply to have, extra time for exams, but obviously it needs to be proven. You can't just go there and just say, I want extra time. No, that's not work.
Thank you for setting the record straight on that. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Very accommodative. They have a study area within PsyCaD where these students can go in and just sit and do their work and everything. So
love that. And I mean, earlier on, you touched on the fact that all the services come at absolutely no cost. They're all for free. Let us in on how one can be able to arrange maybe a meeting, maybe an appointment with the experts that you guys do have at PsyCaD.
So we have a term called an advisory session. An advisory session is like a 30-minute session where a psychologist can determine what your problem is and whether you need further counseling or further therapies and everything. So a student would come in, for example, to Searing, and then they would say that it's my first time being here and I would like to book a therapy. You then have to go through an advisory session first so that you can speak to a psychologist about your matter and everything. And then after that, you can then start booking regular therapy sessions.
Incredible. And that means I would have to know where exactly PsyCaD offices are situated in all our 4 campuses. Do you have offices in all 4 campuses? And if so, where exactly should I go?
There's one, we do have one in DFC. It's by the Louisa House. It's close to the corporate governance building. And then we have one here at APB. It's just behind Student Center. And then at APK, it's at Searing, Searing 1. And then in Soweto, it's close to the academic development and support. It's just academic development and support. It's very... the board is there. You can't miss it.
Gotcha. Love that. And I know that as much as we may think that this conversation is only going to be aidful and helpful to somebody who's first year, there is quite a number of students who are returning, senior students, who know very little of PsyCaD, right? You find that a third-year student doesn't know what PsyCaD is all about. Maybe they've heard of the term, but they don't really fully comprehend what it is that is happening at PsyCaD. Are you guys at PsyCaD aware of this awareness problem, this shortage of awareness about PsyCaD around our campuses, in our students and all, and what are you planning to do around that?
I mean, so far, I think the biggest thing for us is marketing PsyCaD. We have our ambassador programs, we have our disability unit ambassadors also. These are really the students that get the message out there to students. We are even having our Get to Know About Us campaign tomorrow.
Oh, beautiful.
Tomorrow, it's actually by Searing. So it's just going to be a information type of thing for students that are just passing around, because campus is busy now. Students are just rolling around everywhere. But then also we really do appreciate students that just come. We do get a lot of students that just come in and just say, what is PsyCaD? What can I do? And also, I mean, social media. Also following us on social media, keeping up to date with the events that we host and everything that we do. I think that those are really the measures that we
Absolutely love that, because I was about to get into that, the social media aspect of things. A lot of us are on social media. And I mean, you just spoke about an event that is coming up in May. I know that there's also internships that are offered at PsyCaD. You know, we can go deeper and deeper with all the updates that one would have to keep up with. And I think social media is the best way where a person can get those updates. So do you mind just, giving us a rundown of where we follow you, which social media platforms you're on?
We're on Instagram, it's just UJ Career Services.
Yeah.
We're also on Facebook, PsyCaD Career Services. We're on LinkedIn, PsyCaD Career Services. And we're also on X. It's also UJ, it's just UJ Career Services. And then on the internship part, it's very important because we also have a platform called UJ Careerwiz.
Yeah.
So UJ Careerwiz is a platform where companies put up job adverts there. So entry-level jobs for our students. That platform is strictly for UJ students only. Yeah, you use your UJ student credentials to log into the system.
My goodness.
So yeah, the internship parts, yeah, I feel like we are also marketing that a lot to students because we do get a lot of students that request, you guys are the career services, but you don't offer jobs, and so it's really also all about knowing where to look, or knowing really, or actually asking questions, really. Yeah.
And Bongani, I mean, you also did mention a bit social work, that you do offer services in social work. What does that really entail? What is it all about? Who is it for, even in the student population?
Social work services are really all about, I would say, UJ student community, really about giving back. We have a project called the Career Closet. So a Career Closet is for students that maybe don't have professional clothing for interviews and everything. So UJ students and our stakeholders, companies, donate clothes to PsyCaD, and then we have a whole closet, boardroom, whatever, and then students just go in there and then they just pick out clothes that they like.
And go for an interview. Look incredible for an interview. Yeah. Absolutely love that.
It also caters for students that need meal assistance. Battling with some issues at home and can't. So,
and I would then guess then it does then align with one another, because if I'm going through something at home, I might need the psychological services with the help of the social work part of things. So I think it's quite an incredible thing that you guys have going on over there. Thank you so much, man, for coming through and having this conversation with us. I think it's quite important that from time to time we give each other that platform of just putting this information out there, because it is for the students of the University of Johannesburg. So thank you so much for making time for us. Other than that, maybe anything you'd love to say in parting around PsyCaD in general? Maybe there's a myth you'd like to address. Anything, maybe you want to encourage someone to use PsyCaD, whatever it may be, please just take it away. There's your camera over there.
It's never embarrassing to come to PsyCaD. That's all I'll say.
Love it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Administrative Assistant at the APK Center for Psychological Services and Career Development. His name is Bongani Stuurman. Thank you so much for tuning in for this conversation. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Until we come back again, my name is Tembe M. Goodbye and God bless.